All right, Molo Sanbonani, hello, how's it? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Vuka Nazo, your morning news analysis show here on the Big Daddy Liberty Show. A big reminder, please, if you're watching the show, whether on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter, hit that like button. Please help me grow that engagement on the show and indeed help me grow my numbers. Whether you're watching this live right now at 7 a.m. or indeed a recording a bit later. Remember, Vuka Nazo comes to you every weekday morning from 7 a.m. with me, Sihle Ngobese. Welcome to it. This is Vuka Nazo. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube in particular, do me an even bigger favor. Subscribe to the Big Daddy Liberty channel. Help me reach my goal of 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Find us, please, on our website at bigdaddyliberty.com. There, of course, you can pledge some financial support to the channel. Guys, become a part of the BDL club. Guys who are putting aside 50 to 100 Rand a month in order to support the work that we do as we look to hit the road again next year, advocating for liberty ideas in communities across the country. It's those funds which we'll be using to effectively travel, get across, and speak to you, the average citizen. Now, with that being said, how about we end the jibber jabber and indeed get straight into the news. With that being said, it is an interesting morning as the aftermath of Cyril Ramaphosa's appearance at both the National Working Committee of the ANC, that's the second highest decision-making level, and of course the NEC, the National Executive Committee, a meeting of the ANC top-notch leadership, the highest making decision body over there. Of course, Ramaphosa set to face his fellow comrades after that Section 89 panel that Parliament had put in place to investigate whether he should face impeachment charges or should face impeachment proceedings, rather. After that Section 89 report panel produced its report basically saying there's some prima facie evidence that he may have done something wrong, So that's what he was facing the heat for, also seeing whether his comrades, if you will, were going to back him or not. Let me just quickly read. Actually, before I read anything, you'll remember, of course, when the report came out, opposition parties were saying all sorts of things. Oh, he's gone. He's about to resign, yada, yada, yada. Julius Malema, of course, the attention whore commander-in-chief or communist-in-chief of the EFF, one of the loudest voices indeed, holding that EFF presser where he said, not only is he gone, I'm going to look to impeach him and push a motion of no confidence in Parliament. And rest assured, dear South African, by the time of Christmas, Malema told us, it'll be President David Mabuza. Let me play that particular clip so you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Julius Malema saying, by Christmas, Merry Christmas, it's going to be Mabuza.
Just be ready. Tighten your seatbelt. It's unavoidable. We are likely to eat beetroots Christmas Day with DD as a president. As you are having your 7 colors, DD will be delivering a Christmas message. So this scaremongering will not work because there are no facts, none whatsoever, against DD. We must not be gullible all the time.
Hey, my God, Julius Malema, you've got to understand though, even as he's saying this, every time you listen to Julius Malema speaking at these gossip sessions that he calls EFF presses, always remember, this is a flip-flopping politician extraordinaire. Julius Malema has mastered the art of the forked tongue like a snake, where he'll literally say one thing with the one side of his tongue and the complete opposite on the other, and bank on the fact that South Africans have that goldfish political memory that I've always spoken about, that goldfish political memory, where South Africans forget so easily and so quickly what the political elites and politicians often say or do. It's that which these politicians, these shifty politicians count on. It's the fact that we forget things. For instance, you've now forgotten that on that same character, Julius Malema, speaking about that same David Mabuza, he had once said this.
Then anyone who puts his money on DD as the possible future president, you are completely wasting your time.
Yeah, that's right. Same Malema, two exactly opposite messages. That is Umalema for you, the flip-flopper. Stop taking this guy seriously. Stop taking this guy seriously. Because again, as I said, although there was a lot of noise around, Ramaphosa's gone. Ramaphosa's gone, we're told. He's going to resign. We're going to get David Mabuza by Christmas. In reality, ANC members, as I'd always told you, would rally around Cyril by effectively saying, buy yourself time. And indeed, that's exactly what is happening. Let me just load this particular graphic, or pardon me, this particular article in EW on screen. I hope it's on screen. There it is. There it is. EWN pretty much laying it out how I made an error yesterday on Vuka Nazo. I said that the parliamentary meeting to decide on impeachment was going to be yesterday. It's not. It's been pushed to next week Tuesday. That's right. Next week Tuesday is where they'll decide. But already you can see where the wind is blowing, where opposition parties cautioned the governing African National Congress about choosing the party lines over their constitutional duties when they vote on the Section 89 panel report on the Phala Farm saga next Tuesday. Okay, the ANC National Executive Committee already indicated that its caucus would reject the report that the president is already taking on judicial review. I just want to read more. Now, of course, it also lists the various parties here who caution the party. That's Inkatha Freedom Party said something, the ACDP, basically cautioning the ANC. And of course, the DA also coming out guns blazing. However, the ANC appeared to be unmoved, according to the article, with its subcommittee chair, one Richard Janti, saying, quote, Tuesday the 13th is venue, Cape Town City Hall. The ANC is already there. Bring it on. We are ready with our content and our numbers, said Ujanji of the ANC. A reminder, of course, that a simple majority of 201 votes will be needed to adopt or reject the report. End of quote. So clearly, the writing is on the wall here. So it begs the question, where exactly this President Didi Mabuza, as Malema is forecasting, is going to come. Maybe Malema needs to go back to Isangoma and throw the bones a lot more to get a lot more clarity on where Didi Mabuza exactly is going to become the president. For the moment, it seems Cyril Ramaphosa, if anything, it's 1-0 to him, and that he's won this particular round on this Phala saga. We'll keep an eye on it, of course, here on Vuka Nazo. Guys, I move on to my last story for the day. A reminder to you, I've always said this, I'll say it once, I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it, because I love you South Africans and I want you to be safe. I want you to be the sort of people who can leave the home every morning with confidence and know that you'll come back at the end of the day, because you have taken your responsibility to keep yourself and your family safe, because the state, a certain asshat of a police minister, is definitely not going to be keeping you safe, especially as we head into the crime silly season that is December, and indeed the festive season. You've got to be your own first responder. How do you do this? I've always said it. You become a lawful, legal gun owner. Get the training. Get the training again. Get the license. In other words, become legal. And then when you're ready, become a everyday carrier of a firearm in this country. Build that network of law-abiding, sane, sober, moral, prudent, faith, flag, family, freedom type South Africans who are carrying firearms and building that network of South Africans who have each other's backs. Why am I taking such a moment to build up this particular story? Because I want you to see what it looks like when the sane, sober, moral, prudent South African shoots back against the evil criminals in this country. Watch how this attempted hijacking in the south of Durban was foiled by a good guy with a gun. Yeah, watch how they flee when they're being shot back at. As these two now sitting in this car, panic, crash the vehicle, being shot to shit. Netsua, Azog. That's right. Run, you bastards. That's right. Music to my ears. Watching criminals run. Sayonara. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful watching criminals literally getting instant justice in that moment. And why? Because ordinary South Africans, the faith, flag, family, and freedom type South Africans, seeing another family in distress being hijacked in that moment, decided in that moment as a gun owner, a sane, sober, moral, prudent gun owner, to respond and protect those around him. That is the purpose of a firearm. It's self-defense. It is pushing back, standing your ground against evil criminals in this country. I want to read a quick piece that wrote the story up. As I said, it happened in the south of Durban. Let me get it up on screen as quickly as possible. There it is. Where this Times Life piece basically spells out exactly what happened, you know. Bikers shoot at hijackers in KZN. A group of hijackers who were about to make off with the Toyota Fortuner got a surprise on Saturday afternoon when bikers opened fire, causing them to crash the vehicle in Warner Beach. You just saw that particular footage. Now, I want to read the comment here. Here's some images of that particular incident. The Community Crime Prevention Organization in Emanzimtoti said the hijacking occurred at 4 p.m. on Kingsway Road near the intersection of Nelson Palmer Road. Armed suspects attempted to hijack a Toyota Fortuner. Shots were fired and one person was injured. The suspects then crashed the Fortuner and fled. Police, of course, didn't immediately respond to queries. End of quote. A beautiful outcome, nonetheless, and especially as I said, we head into that crime silly season of the festive season. Let's have more South Africans having each other's backs. Again, I'm not saying go out there and be a vigilante and look for criminals. That's the job of the police, and the police are another story. As I said, ordinary men and women in blue in this country definitely care. They definitely want to go after the police. However, they have a management and political leadership structure which is simply inept and literally incompetent. But with that being said, and that issue aside, for us, the ordinary faith, flag, family, freedom type citizens, we need to have each other's backs. And that means more of us becoming sane, sober, moral, prudent gun owners so that we can defend ourselves and our families and our property. Folks, that's it for this morning's episode of Vuka Nazo. Thank you for watching. Remember, as always, as I exit, please do me a favor, hit that like button. And indeed, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Our website, of course, a reminder to you, is at bigdaddyliberty.com. There, of course, you'll find all the episodes you may have missed and some other interesting content. And going into next year, that website will tell you exactly where I'll be as we travel around this country, advocating for liberty ideas, free markets, and a non-racial society. Can't wait to get back onto the road. With that being said, thank you for watching this episode of Vuka Nazo. I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early from 7 a.m.